So instead of spending a fortune on that Nitro cold brew, I got in this Zulay Nitro cold brew maker. So we're going to use this pot of cold brew. We have some Nitro capsules right here, which is one other requirement besides the system. And we're going to try out the Zulay Kitchen complete system for the first time, go from step one all the way to the end and see how well it works. Now, the first thing is they do suggest either homemade or store-bought cold brew. Now, I didn't have the patience to make cold brew, so I made a pot of coffee and I cooled it in the fridge. I know that's not the same thing, but it's a demo video. We're still going to taste the difference regardless. For actual cold brew, you really have to let it steep overnight. I believe it's for around 24 hours for really strong flavor, so it just won't be as concentrated. So first, everything that comes in the box. This is the main tank system, and it is pretty large and a really cool keg design. This is the matte black, and this is kind of where everything goes, where we fill our coffee, where we attach all the parts. So this is our pour valve. So we have this nice black handle at the top, and this is going to connect on the side of our system. This is the top portion of our system, including where we put our capsules of nitrogen. They give us this nice mat, just so we don't drip anything, a cleaning brush. They also give you a funnel to help pour the coffee into the system. They also give you a top cover, so you can cover it when you're not using the system. So step one is pretty simple. Take your jug, and we want to pour in our cold brew. Now, they do say to leave around 60 to 70% room inside of the tank. This is around 64 ounces total, so you can make 4 pretty good sized drinks out of this. And there's still about 30% room there. Now, this is the attachment that goes on the system. It is very hefty, and it has this nice rubber seal. Just make sure you don't cross thread and hand tighten it as good as you can. And now our pour attachment is going to go on the side here. Now this one we have to make sure is extra tight, so they give you a little wrench. Okay, that feels pretty tight to me, I would say. I did forget one piece. You have to attach this straw right at the end. Okay, now we got the whole system attached. This is the part I've never done before. I have these whipped cream cartridges. Now, these are NO2 cartridges. They come in big packs. They're single use. So once you use this up for one batch, you can't use it again. You pretty much just recycle them after. And they're typically used for like whipped cream canisters for like restaurants and stuff. Now, I've never done this before, so I don't think I can mix it up. Mess it up. I read the instructions. Basically take this thick handle, put it inside like so, with the pointer facing out. Now, when we insert this, we should hear a whoosh sound is what they say. So we're just going to twist it until we hear a whoosh. And sometimes you get some leakage is what they tell you. Oh, well, it definitely released inside. So they say to give it a little bit of time. Okay, so we should be able to take our empty, whoa, I did not expect that to release gas there. And you can see it's been pierced, and it should have all been injected in. I got a little bit of excess at the end there. Maybe I had to tighten it more, but it's cold to the touch, which means everything has been injected. Now, the next step is easy enough. Take your canister, and they tell you to whoosh it from side to side for 15 to 20 seconds. And they have these handy handles. So there should be quite a bit of pressure built up in here. We're just going to put it back and forth. Oh, I can feel the pressure built up inside of it. Now we're going to put this in the fridge for 22 minutes to an hour, they suggest. So when we get back, this should be fully done. Okay, and it has now been around 45 minutes since we threw this in the fridge, and we're going to give it a try. So we got our glass right here. We have our cold brew, and oh, and it should be foamy from the nitrogen. Oh my God. Remember, this has no cream in it whatsoever. Check that out. That is a lot of foam. We're going to let it settle for a few seconds. And there's still so much left inside of it. I wonder if it's better to pour on an angle. So a few seconds later, we can start to see all that foam starting to settle. And we should get a nice top from our cold brew. I can't wait to try this out. All right, now I'm not sure if I'm supposed to add sugar or cream. I guess you can add whatever you want to this after, but I'm gonna give it a try just regular and see how it tastes. It's just a little, well, a lot creamier, despite there being no cream in there whatsoever. And this froth, check out this froth. This froth at the top, look how thick that is from the nitrogen. And it's like fresh coffee froth. Let's try another sip. Now, I think the great part is you can reserve this in the fridge and continue to use this. And look at it, just keeps spitting out all that foam. And that's just one little bit. And this thing is still full. So honestly, the Zulay nitrogen coffee maker is a hit. This thing works amazing. No more Starbucks for me.